How to install a shower niche. The ultimate guide. By the end of this video, you'll have your shower niche installed so well that people might start asking you if you're secretly a contractor. Ready? Let's do this. What you'll need. First, let's grab your gear. Don't even think about starting until you have this stuff. Tape measure. This is non-negotiable. You need precision. Think of it as your best friend during this process. Tile cutter. If you're cutting tiles like an amateur, you're gonna mess this up. Get a good one. Now, you could go the custom route, but if you want to keep things easy, grab a pre-made kit. Trust me, you'll thank me later. You want a straight niche, right? Level it up, baby. No excuses here. Waterproofing membrane. This is your insurance policy to avoid mold, leaks, and total chaos. Tile adhesive. Your tiles won't stay put without it, so don't skimp on this stuff. Grout. We're finishing this off with some grout magic. Get a good match to your tiles for that seamless look. You're sealing everything in, so get that caulk out. Step 1. Pick the perfect spot. All right, let's talk location. You can't just slap this niche anywhere. This is a strategic decision. Don't just throw it on the wall and call it a day. Height. Aim for about chest height, maybe a little higher if you want it out of the way of the water spray. You want it accessible, but not in your face. Don't cramp the vibe. Make sure there's enough room around it, and definitely don't stick it too close to the shower head. Use that tape measure like a boss. Get your dimensions spot on. A crooked niche is a sad niche. We don't do sad here. Step 2, mark it like a master. Okay, now that you've got your spot, grab your trusty pencil and mark that sucker. Don't eyeball it. Measure, mark, and double check. Trust me, if your lines are off, this whole thing will look like a DIY disaster. You know what I mean, one of those projects you hide behind the shower curtain when guests come over. We're not doing that. Step 3, cut the wall. Now we're getting into the good stuff. Time to cut the wall. Don't panic. This is actually way easier than it sounds. If you're cutting drywall, it's smooth sailing. Grab your utility knife or a power saw and start cutting along your marks. Simple, right? But if you're cutting through tile, that's where the real magic happens. Don't just hack at it, score it first. Use a tile cutter and make sure you're cutting with finesse. The key is patience. You rush it and you'll crack those tiles faster than you can say, oops. Step 4, waterproof it like a pro. If you skip this step, I'm not even going to talk to you. Waterproofing is the whole reason this niche will survive longer than your last phone. Take your waterproof membrane and apply it to the walls around the niche area. This will save you from any water damage or leaks down the line. Use a brush or roller and make sure it's smooth. You don't want any water sneaking in. Let it dry completely. I know it's a waiting game, but it's worth it. Trust me. Step 5, install the niche frame. All right, your wall's prepped, and now it's time for the showstopper, the niche frame. This is the heart of the operation. If you're working with a pre-made niche kit, it's plug and play. Secure that thing in there using screws, anchors, or whatever you've got to make sure it's tight. Pro tip, use a level again here. The last thing you want is a crooked niche. It'll haunt you forever. Level it, baby. Step 6. Tile like a legend. Now comes the fun part, tiling. This is where you get to show off. Apply your tile adhesive to the niche frame and start laying those tiles. Use a notched trowel to get an even spread of the adhesive, and then just start sticking those tiles on like you're Picasso. Use spacers to make sure the grout lines are nice and even. You want this to look as professional as possible. Don't rush it. Each tile is a step closer to greatness. Step 7, grout it and seal it. Once the adhesive has dried, give it a solid 24 hours. It's time to grout. Grab your grout and start filling in the spaces between the tiles. Wipe away the excess with a damp sponge, but don't stop there. Clean the grout haze off the tiles once it's dry. You want that shiny, clean finish. Next, grab your caulk and seal all the edges. This will protect against water sneaking in from the sides and making everything a soggy mess. Get a smooth, clean line and you're golden. Step 8, step back and marvel. When you step back and look at that newly installed niche, take a moment to appreciate your genius. You've done it, turned an ordinary shower into something extraordinary. Take a deep breath and give yourself a little high five. You've earned it. Now, when people ask you how you did it, just give them a smirk and say, "Oh, it's just something I whipped up." Final thoughts. Installing a shower niche isn't just about adding storage, right? It's about creating an experience. You've just turned your bathroom into a high-end spa. It looks slick, it's functional, and it'll make your shower feel like $1 million. And you did it yourself, like a boss. If you like this, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and leave a comment letting me know how your niche turned out.